All right, back. Jump right into it. How the Detroit Pistons can clinch a playoff spot tonight for only a second time in 9 seasons. So I understand why, the city and a lot of fans want to push for the Detroit Pistons to make the playoffs just to get postseason basketball, even if it is about getting bounced out real quick, just to get that playoff atmosphere going for the first time at Little Caesars Arena. But we back. Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Let's talk about how Detroit Pistons can clinch a playoff berth today. Obviously, they got to beat the Charlotte Hornets. I don't think we beat the Hornets all year, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got to have the Miami Heat lose to the Raptors of Toronto, which ain't too far-fetched. Number 2, in Skip Bayless' voice, with Kawhi Leonard be resting a lot. But they're a really good team without him. So I really don't know they coach. Was it Nick Nurse? I think his name, something like that. What is this whole premise on resting stars and playing the stars going into the playoffs? I'm pretty sure they probably not clinching the second seed, but they pretty much locked into the second seed right now. So the Pistons handle business today, and they play at 4. So by the time they play, they should already know if the Raptors beat the Miami Heat or not, and they can go in and clinch a playoff spot and get a victory. So I understand why it's huge. I was an advocate of them tanking to get a draft spot this year. It wasn't a bad draft. It's gonna be a great draft at the top of this year. And John Morant, if they could have got that high to the second or third spot, really could have blessed them with a huge need. But at the end of the day, I believe that the fans of Detroit Pistons fans deserve some postseason around here. The Lions didn't make it. Tigers probably won't make it. The Wings didn't make it. So we deserve some postseason around here. So it ain't no point to tank now. They had an amazing run. Did they have some lumps along the way? Yeah, they lost 10 games or something like that in a row. Blake Griffin carried the team for the first half of the year. Nobody gave him no real assistance other than Dre. Dre showed up here and there. But then after the All-Star games, Dre started to string together great games, and Blake Griffin was already ran into the ground. So he didn't get a lot of maintenance games this year because the team needed him. And he really didn't get no help like that in the beginning of the year. He needed that help from Reggie and Luke was hurt, and Reggie just going through the motions. So, yeah, at the end of the day, the problems that the Pistons still have will be there after the playoffs. It will be there after the season. It will be there come the draft. It's really going to be, like I said before, what they can do after the year is what they do with their biggest asset, which is Reggie Jackson expiring contract. That's what it's really going to boil down to. That's going to be a $20 cap relief for some team for next offseason. So I think that's the biggest asset they got right now that they're willing to flip. But, double, triple team Kemba today. Jeremy Lamb been hitting a lot of game winners of late. I just double, triple team, Kemba, let Kemba, put Bruce on Kemba, double, triple him, trap him, and let somebody else beat me for the most part. Kaminsky, Marvin Williams, and Jeremy Lamb beat me, or Nicholas Batum or Miles Bridges beat me. Shout out to the Spartans for taking that L last night. Yeah, I like that. I was happy when they beat Duke, and then I'm ecstatic that Texas Tech beat Sparty. So y'all ain't make it to the championship, so y'all can't pop shit. At least Michigan made it to the championship. I had to throw that in there. But, they one of them beat you. Chalk it up to the game. Get ready to play what Memphis did in New York and try to sew it up. But it's a huge game today. Playoff type of game. Charlotte fighting for their playoff life. Kemba Walker, if they won more games and had more help, he'll probably be in the MVP talks more than he had. But, maybe he ready to mail it in and get the hell out of Charlotte. He is a free agent this year. So, maybe he probably wasn't ready to mail it in. But he do got a $220 million contract, Supermax, if he shine with Charlotte. But Pistons win today. Miami Heat lose today. They're trying to Raptors. Pistons clinch. So, fingers crossed. Rolling with the big dogs today. I'm going to go out a limb, said Andre Drummond probably had one of his best performances to date. Maybe not in the sense of the statistics and numbers, but in the sense of, it's a big game today. And especially if Toronto beat Miami, I expect Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond to carry us to the mountaintop. Then the question after the game is, do they rest Blake Griffin for the rest of the way and just match up with Milwaukee, or possibly match up with Toronto, which they swept this year? But Motor City Sports Talk, appreciate everybody coming in. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well. And just keep sharing the videos the best way you can help us out. Let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time we go.